Everyone. I want to welcome you to our Wednesday morning wake up. I'm Pat McCain and I've got my coffee. Trust me, I've got my coffee. I'm looking out. It is still dark outside with this daylight savings time. It just feels really early. So, how did you sleep last night? I slept pretty well, I guess, until about 2:30 in the morning when the dogs decided they needed to go out and potty. And am I the only one out there that struggles with this? What do you do with that, right? And some people say, well, I sleep like a baby all night long. But for some of our young parents out there, they know that means they sleep every 2 hours or so, right? The baby, that's just the baby's rhythm. And researchers say that we actually need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And Americans, we don't do so well. We average 5 to 7 hours, and we pay for it with a lot of health problems and so on. In fact, the best place to sleep in the world, researchers say, is either New Zealand or the Netherlands. So maybe we should all go up there for a vacation. Or perhaps the best place to sleep could be in the back of the boat in the middle of a storm. And that is where our scripture reading this week has camped us out as we've journeyed with The Vine, our weekly devotional that's found online at our church website. And today's scripture is from Matthew chapter 8, and I think it's going to really bless you. It always encourages my soul, so I want to read it for you this morning. Then Jesus got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. And suddenly, a furious storm came up on the lake. So great waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. There we go. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, Lord, save us. We're going to drown. And Jesus replied with the question of the week, you of little faith, why are you so afraid? And actually, Dallas Willard calls that little phrase, you of little faith, as a very unique word that Jesus used as a nickname to gently chide his disciples for not having enough faith. And it literally translates, hey, you little faiths. Anyway, then he got up and Jesus rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, what kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him. And that is actually a great question from the disciples. What kind of man is this that can sleep in the back of an old wooden, creaky, leaky boat during the middle of a storm where the waves are crashing in and flooding the boat, ready to sink them and everyone in it? What kind of man is this? Well, frankly, only the Son of God. Only the one who created the winds and the waves with a single word could sleep like that. Only the one who is the Lord of Lords and the Lord of life, who could command with one word that same sea and those same waves and that same wind to be calm and still. Only Jesus, God himself, and as we know him also as Emmanuel, God with us. So God was with the disciples, and God is certainly with us as well. And it's a good question for all of us as Jesus asked them, why are you so afraid? In my mind, the disciples were so focused on the waves so great, the waves that were crashing in upon their boat and about to kill them, rather than the one who was so great that even the winds and the waves obey him. So Jesus, I think in this story, reminds us that the storms are going to come and the difficulties are going to come, and that he is with us, even in the most terrible and terrifying places and spaces in our lives. And because He's with us, because God Himself is with us, we can indeed have confidence and sleep well. This past week, I went on a personal prayer retreat. It's one of the things I do maybe once or twice a year, and it's my way of resetting my soul. So went out. My niece has a cattle ranch out here in Central Texas, and so I went and just hung out, me and Jesus and the cows and the new baby calves, and just spent a few days just calming and quieting my soul, and just paying attention to the voice of God in my life, and turning off all other noise. I turned off my cell phone, turned off TV, everything, and just really did my best just to be quiet before God. And what was amazing to me, and what I wanted to highlight today, is that each night, I was there for 2 nights. I slept for 10 hours straight. And yes, maybe it was because the dogs weren't there to wake me up, or just perhaps my soul had become quiet and I was resting securely in the one who held my life, and my soul was at peace and calm and quiet before my creator. I think we all struggle with noise in our lives. We all struggle with fear in our lives. And today I just wanted to invite us to a different place of rest, that even in the midst of the storms, there is one who is greater. There is one who loves us. There is one who can speak peace in the storms and hold us securely no matter what comes our way. And I think if we can remember that, we'll all sleep better at night, right? So today, my prayer for you is that you would live well, that you would love well, and that tonight you would also sleep very well, knowing that you're being held and cherished and protected and watched over by the creator of the universe himself. We know him as Jesus, and he walks and talks with us, and he watches over us every single day. May he do that for you. I know this is spring break for a lot of y'all, so thank you so much for tuning in from wherever you are vacationing. I hope you're finding rest there. Let me know in your comments who where you're at and who you're visiting. But also maybe you might want to share this message with somebody today that really needs some peace in their lives, knowing that they're not alone in their boat or in their storm. Blessings to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.